I ran into Justin backstage. It had been a while since I'd seen him. I was having a panic attack. I went out there and did the best I could at that moment in time. I could see myself on video throughout the auditorium while I performed. It was like looking at myself in a funhouse mirror.
Britney Spears recalls running into her ex, Justin Timberlake, before her 2007 performance at the MTV VMAs. And calls out Ryan Seacrest for an interview that same year where he questioned if she was a fit mother.
It felt like that was the only thing people wanted to talk about, whether or not I was a fit mother.
The revelations are shared in Brit's memoir, The Woman in Me, which hit shelves Tuesday, including an audiobook read by five-time Oscar nominee Michelle Williams.
It's everything that you would think it would be, and then a little bit more.
Britney, who dated Justin from 1999 to 2002, claims Justin broke up with her via text, and she recalls seeing him backstage at the 2007 MTV Video Music Awards, where she made her return to the stage for the first time following her head-shaving incident.
It had been a while since I'd seen him. Everything was going great in his world. He was at the top of his game in every way, and he had a lot of swagger. I was having a panic attack. I hadn't rehearsed enough. I hated the way I looked. I knew it was going to be bad.
The performance was widely panned by critics, and Brit noted that she couldn't believe she was forced to go on stage, considering how everything in her life was going.
There was a problem with my costume and with my hair extensions. I hadn't slept the night before. I was dizzy. It was less than a year since I'd had my second baby in 2 years, but everyone was acting like my not having six-pack abs was offensive.
Britney shares 2 children with her ex, Kevin Federline, 17-year-old Jaden James, and 18-year-old Sean Preston.
I love being a mom.
As for JT, that year he performed with Nelly Furtado and Timberlake and took home the Moon Person for Male Artist of the Year.
Justin glided down the runway into his performance. He was flirting with girls in the audience.
I give myself a 6.5 with a really good personality that bumps it up to a 7.
But Justin isn't the only celeb Britney calls out in her book.
This is my perspective.
The singer also recalls a particularly painful interview with Ryan Seacrest around the release of her 2007 album Blackout.
Ryan Seacrest asked me questions like, how do you respond to those who criticize you as a mom? And do you feel like you're doing everything you can for your kids? And how often will you see them? It felt like that was the only thing people wanted to talk about, whether or not I was a fit mother.
That interview took place shortly after Britney's performance at the VMAs, and the following month in October, she lost physical custody of her sons to Kevin. Following all that, Britney was hospitalized at LA's Cedars-Sinai Medical Center and was placed on a 5150 involuntary psychiatric hold at the psychiatric ward of UCLA Medical Center. In the years that followed, Britney regained visitation rights with her sons and made a gradual return to the spotlight.
I just want to be a happy person.
But in February 2008, she was placed under a conservatorship that was controlled by her dad, Gimme Spears, and attorney Andrew Wallet. The conservatorship lasted for 13 years and gave them full control over her assets and finances.
It seems at this point in this conservatorship, Britney and her father will never see eye to eye.
Over a decade later, following an emotional testimony by Britney, a judge officially terminated the conservatorship in November 2021, a victory for Britney, who finally regained control of her life and future. Part of that future, telling her own story, as we're seeing with this memoir.
What's next for Britney, and this is the first time that this could be said for about a decade, is up to one person, Britney.